I'm a pastor, an artist, an author, a scholar, and a conversation. Welcome to Chatfest with Kenneth. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Chatfest with Kenneth. And for this episode, I'm actually going to be interviewing a young artist. His name is Christyle Deshe, and he's having his debut album dropping on all music platform, online digital music platforms. So here goes. This is introducing my guest. His name is Christyle Deshe.
Yeah.
Welcome to this episode of Chat Fest with Kenneth.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate Mr. Ken. I really appreciate you. Thank you.
Oh, look at you, all smiles. Are you doing a Pepsodent commercial? Maclean's commercial?
No, not really, man. I'm just happy. Having my boss right here, man, I feel very great and happy.
I've been a chewing stick commercial.
I don't know. Maybe let's just agree with you and stick. With my Pepsodent or any of those pastes, man, they will pay money for endorsement.
From one of those Biron villages.
Or possibly Bassa villages. Nice chatting with you, Mr. Ken. I'm really happy.
This is my background. Ta-da!
Yeah, it's beautiful. Very beautiful, man.
I know.
Very beautiful.
Okay, let's get into this. You are a musician, right?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay, and I think the last time I was talking with you, you made a statement. I think I said your music is Afrobeat, and you said no, it is Afro-fusion. So
yeah, that's
what would you? I think the name is pretty explanatory, but let me hear from you. When you say you are Afro-fusion, what do you mean?
Okay. Hello guys. My name is Bishop Christopher Hanania, popularly known as Christyle Deshe, the most prestigious R&B and Afro-fusion artist. Well, back to your question, Mr. Ken. You spoke about me. You spoke about me explaining the differences between Afrobeat and Afro-fusion. Well, Afrobeat tends to be the history, or should I say, when you listen to an Afrobeat music, you get to feel the proper history or African sounds, totally or fully undiluted. While Afrofusion is the kind of music that you get to feel maybe a feel of R&B, a feel of maybe even reggae. It could be polished and all that. Fusion, just like you said, it's self-explanatory. I do Afro-fusion, which means Afrobeat sounds, and then a fusion of other styles of music. It could be R&B, it could be hip hop, it could be trap, it could be any other thing. So Afrofusion is what I do basically.
Okay, so I guess you would say, for you personally, what other influences of music fusion into your Afrobeats?
Honestly, thank you for this wonderful question. I would basically think, when I think about my music, I could say Fela has a play in it because his style of music. Maybe when you listen to every beat or every sound I bring out, you get to feel African instruments in it. It may not be sounding Fela-ish, but you get to feel those African sounds.
So what
When
music?
you think
So
about,
basically, what are you saying? So are you saying that Fela is the only influence that you have?
no, I'm still explaining. Then you get to see sounds like maybe when you come to the vocals now, you get to see people like Legend, John Legend. In Nigeria, Asuko, Kubams Asuko is one of those people. I think Banky W has actually played a very important role to kind of maybe giving the music a kind of direction. And then R. Kelly has been one of those important people I can't forget. I'm sorry he's actually in jail, but I feel he's really played a very important role to this career of mine. Celine Dion is one of those people I
Okay.
can't forget. Yes, he is.
All
And a
right.
lot of whole other them, like a lot of them are involved.
So,
But these are the few
um,
I can remember now.
when did you know you could sing? Because you do. I always tease you that you have a canary voice.
Yes.
So when did you know you could sing, and how did you develop it?
Okay. Okay, I think it all started when I was young, pretty young. When they used to carry me to church, my mom used to carry me along to the church. And when I see this women fellowship in Hausa, we call it Matan Sumunta. When you see them playing those their drums, their gong, the crash and all that, when they begin to play those sounds, you see, because I was pretty young, I think as early as 3, 4 years, I used to come to the front of the church and then waving my hands like dancing around and people were laughing. Then gradually, I think choir. Did I really join choir? No, band.
So how old
The
were
church
you?
band. But before I joined, I think around 11, I think I joined my band as early as 11. Yes.
Okay.
But then before then, a lot of people, a lot before then, I think I used to hear people saying like, "Ah, come, you have a very good voice, you can sing." I was like, "Okay," but I had to start by, I developed it by miming some of those artists I mentioned, the likes of Celine Dion, R. Kelly, and all that, John Legend, and all that. So I try as much as possible to sound like them without compromising anything. So at times I think I've heard people saying when I get to maybe sing on my way going somewhere, possibly I'm being sent, you get to hear somebody say, "Wow, I thought it's radio." That gave me something in my mind. I think that's the first pick. I get to feel that a lot of people say, "Ah, you sound very much like this particular person. You can do better." So I felt okay, I don't want to sound like them because you cannot just be like them, you can only be a photocopy of them. So I need to develop something that would be me. So how to maybe fuse all of these things together to bring out something very unique. That's the
Okay.
crystal you're seeing right now.
So, do you play any instruments?
Yes, I do.
Which
I do.
instruments do you
I
play?
play I play keyboard. I play the keyboard and I
Keyboard.
play the guitar and a little bit of drum.
A little
A little
keyboard or
bit
a
of
lot of
drum.
keyboard?
Yeah, I do keyboard. I do keyboard. Like seriously, I do. I think anybody following my social media handle will see me playing. I play keyboard. I play the
Okay.
guitar, yes, and a little bit of drums.
So how did you learn?
I was
How
also
did you,
focused
are you self-taught?
self-taught, honestly. I feel having some of those things personally makes me think of how to maybe maneuver my way around it. I taught myself honestly.
So you're
And
self-taught.
even manipulating some of the things. Yes, I'm
Okay.
self-taught, sir. That is the passion for music.
So I think I probably have. You probably may have touched on this,
Yes.
but who musically who inspire? Is there any one or two people who like inspire inspire your sound? Like,
Okay. Okay. Like I said earlier, if I would go by the timing, I grew up listening to people like Celine Dion, Dolly Parton, Kenny Rogers, I called R. Kelly, right? John Legend.
so John Legend is
Those
a
are the
big
people I
influence on you.
started. Yes, very. In fact, this is worst up till date. Up till date, like
So
he really
I
is.
so I guess my question is,
Yeah.
so you're not, because your voice is so different from his voice. So you
Okay.
mean somebody who has like the tone of your voice?
Hmm.
You're not really. There's nobody that has like your tone of voice that you're influenced by.
Well, I think you only get the feel. All of these people I mentioned, I can sound like them if I want to. So, but in my music, you may get to feel a sound of this person or a little
Okay.
bit of that person. So, yes, that is how it is. You could just say, ah, I can feel this, I can feel that in my music. So that's exactly where this gets like,
In your area.
it's okay. What do I like on him? Yes.
What area is
What do I
that?
like about this person? You said
What area is that?
Afro-fusion is my area.
Which
Oh.
area? Oh.
Afro-fusion is my area. Honestly, Afro-fusion is my area. Like, and I just have to take it extremely serious. Afro-fusion is my thing. Like, no matter what, if you tell me to do the real Afro thing, man, it's not me because my voice wouldn't actually go
Because
with
of
it. That's just the truth. But yes, I can't really give it to you, but I can fuse it, and I'll give you something African, very beautiful. I can do that.
okay. So
Yes, sir.
by the time this interview comes out, your
Yep,
album will already be on the every online music streaming platform. So
very true, sir.
your album is titled The Genesis, The Genesis,
It's Genesis. Yeah,
and
very true, sir.
you have about 7 songs on it. How did you
Yeah.
come about choosing these 7 songs?
Well, every song contained in that album has a message encapsulated in it. So in one way or the other, I feel listening to any of those songs will have a way, depending on what you want, because it contains different fields. So whichever one you choose to make your favorite, I believe it has a way of transferring a message to you. So I'm very careful about the selection, of course, just like you said. I said like based on audience. They said different strokes for different folks. So I feel if you are a lover of music, come listen to this album, and I believe you have your favorite in it. Trust me.
Okay, okay,
So I try as much as possible to give it a feedback. In one way or the other, you would have something to love in that album.
okay. So,
Yes,
what would
sir.
you say is your process in? Okay, this most of the songs. I think you wrote all the songs except one, if I'm not mistaken. So, what is your process
Yes.
in
Yes.
songwriting?
What? Sorry, please come again.
What is your process in songwriting? How do you go about
Well,
writing songs? Like if I drop
okay,
a
at
paper on
times,
the floor and I say, write about this.
yes, it's simple. It's an experience. All I need to do is ask you what really made you. If you're telling me to write about it, I may ask you what made you feel you should drop the paper, and that could actually give me a better understanding on why you dropped the paper, so I could build on it. Now you must be inspired by something. You
Okay.
must be
So you got to
inspired
be
by
inspired.
something. Yes.
And then do you go
Yes, I
by
have to. So by the
lyrics?
times I could force myself. At times I could force myself because at times if you're waiting for inspirations, it may not come. So at times you have to work towards it. You give yourself a title. No, today, if you are waiting to be inspired, it may actually be one directional. Let's assume you're waiting to be, if you're going through maybe pains, you may be forced or bent to write songs towards maybe all through around pains. So at times you give yourself a title or a theme. You want to write about love. Okay, love. What aspect? Heartbreak? Is it missing someone? Is it marriage? Is it wedding? Is it engagement? Now think about some of those things, and I think it gives you a feel or direction on what you want to write. Okay, if you're writing a song about maybe happiness, could it be birthday? Could it be anniversary and all that? So you need to go deep.
Hello, as you can see, the interview kind of ended abruptly, and one was yes, we had technical difficulties, but the more important thing was is Christyle is a new father. Yes, he is a new father. His wife just put to death, so that trumps everything else. So interview can always wait. We can always do interview later. Right now, his focus, his attention, his priorities are on his mini-me that just arrived. So congratulations to Christyle on having his being a new dad. and also having new music coming out. So he has a whole lot of things, celebrations going on, and he's got. But the more important thing is he's gonna have his hands full. No more sleep at night for you, young man. But anyhow, we may actually reschedule to go over all the talking points that we really would have loved to touch, and that's that. And like always, support. He's a young artist, so do support his music. Check him out. Check out his music on your favorite music streaming platform. And as always, like, support, comment, share this episode with your network. Thank you very much.